So define for folks anti-Semitism. What does that exactly mean? And where did the word Semitism come from? I mean, it's a term. It's derogatory to the Jewish people. Or not derogatory. It just defines a group of people who don't like Jews and Israel. Is that right? Is that what it means?
Anti-Semitism, I would define as a prejudice against the Jewish people because they're Jewish, and I suppose it's like under other racial or tribal prejudices, but it's more universal and pervasive, and it seems to especially be popular or connected with conspiracy theories and is often propagated by authoritarian and totalitarian movements and regimes. Obviously, the Nazis, obviously, the fascists, but the Soviet Union, the communists certainly played with anti Semitism. Obviously, Islamist movements are very anti Semitic. And so it's a bizarre preoccupation with the Jewish people and claims about their supposed great power over the world, even though they're very few in number. And so anti Semitism is maybe more dangerous than other hatreds and prejudices in that it usually has political and cultural ramifications that are dangerous for the whole of society.
So yeah. So you hate the Jewish people for being Jewish, and somehow you're right. There's a conspiracy. There's an international conspiracy that run all the banks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I still have a hard time getting my brain around this. Why this is even an issue, right? Secondly, you've got people like Fuentes out there on the right who are saying certain things, but then we have people on the left who are pulling a trigger and killing people. Or here in Virginia, you have the attorney general who said, "I want to kill my Republican opponent and put bullets in him. If I had a one bullet left for Hitler or this guy, I'd kill my Republican opponent." He gets elected, right? It seems to me that we ought to be more preoccupied with LGBTQ individuals who walk into churches, into elementary Christian schools, and kill lots of people. And I feel like we're not talking about that as much as we are the free speech of this person or the anti-Semitism. Words are one thing, sticks and stones will but words will never hurt me, right? The other side is using sticks and stones right now, Mark. I mean, what do we do on that front?
Obviously, you have to reject political violence or any kind of rhetorical acceptance of political violence is unacceptable. And, is it more on the right or on the left? Are there hard statistics? I see it on both sides, both the action and the rhetoric. And we're living in an age of extreme polarization and demonization. And the people we perceive as our adversaries are not just wrong, they're evil. And if you think they're evil, well, and if this is the equivalent of World War II, then well, I guess you can begin to justify almost everything against your adversaries. So I hope the church and Christianity in America will play a role in de escalating these attitudes and this rhetoric. And the vast majority of Americans don't have any use for this kind of extremism or flirtation with political violence. So let's just appreciate that where we are, most Americans are still we're, obviously as Christians we know we're all sinners, but most Americans, relative to history and relative to the world, are basically decent people who want to live harmoniously together.